Barbora Krejčíková, who won, of course, the French Open a couple of years ago and has also won the doubles a couple of times at Wimbledon. She goes up against Elena Rybakina, who I said is my favorite. Rybakina looked unbelievable today against Svitolina. Barbora got a bit of a test against Ostapenko, particularly in the second set, but she looked pretty good. They have both been serving really well. And Sam, as you know, on grass, you've got to serve well. Rybakina, heavy favorite to win this tournament now, having won it just a couple of years ago. And I think she's heavy favorite going in against Krejčíková. What are your thoughts on the ladies?
Yeah, look, you're going to know more than me on this, but you just hit the needle on the bullseye there. It's Rybakina's tournament to lose at this point. I do feel like she is just not so much better than the remaining three, but just such a heavy favorite. She looked great today against Svitolina. I feel like that was the toughest of all the quarterfinal matchups, maybe the two most accomplished best players, and she made quick work of her. And it's hard not to see her not holding up the trophy on Saturday. So that's where I'm going with the ladies.
I think you meant you hit the nail on the head, buddy.
The nail on the head. What did I say? Needle on the head?
Needle in the haystack. I was like, where are we going? Where are we going with this, mate?
I got it. Nail on the head. That's what I meant to say.
I know you've been, overwhelmed with the love that you're getting on your Instagram page with your
it's been good, right?
So it's good. I got to tell you.
It's good. It's great.
It's real good. Okay. But let's look at the other ladies semifinal. I am overwhelming favorite for Rybakina. I picked her to win the tournament, and to me, she is by far the best player. She was the best player coming in here anyway, even though she's had a little ups and downs. The only thing that has stopped Rybakina from getting to number one in the world in a lot of ways is her physicality. She's getting injured, and she gets these random illnesses. So it's kind of random. But if she's healthy, get out of the way, especially on grass. And that's how I feel about her. So Donna Vekić, just a player that has dealt with so many injuries over the last couple of years. She was so close to wanting to retire a few years ago with this knee injury. I can tell you I had a personal conversation with her 2 years ago in Nottingham prior to Wimbledon 2 years ago. And look, she was carrying a lot of weight. She was not at her fittest. She was struggling coming back from a knee injury. And as you know, Sam, when you have a knee injury or a lower leg extremity, it's hard to do the work that you need to drop the weight, to get fit, because you can't run. You can't do the things that lose the weight, And I said to her, because she was still hitting the ball unbelievable. I said, what do you feel like you need to do? And she says, honestly, Stubbsy, I need to lose weight and I need to get fitter. And so she was the first person to call it on herself. And boy, did she get in great shape in a year. And I am so happy for her. Somebody that's been knocking on the door of a semifinal of a Grand Slam for so long. She was a young protege. Like, they thought she was going to be the next one. And for me, it's so great to see her have an opportunity not only to play in a semifinal, but to play against Jasmine Paolini, who Paolini has to be the story of the last 2 months. I mean, coming from where she's come from at 28 in the world, getting the finals of the French Open, now has a real chance to make another final. There's not many that have done that. But what do you think about this matchup? You've got big hitter against another very good player that's so good all court, comes into the net in Paolini. Who are you picking in that one?
I'm picking my new favorite player on the women's side, Paolini. I honestly, I know you love her too.
Yeah.
To be honest here, I didn't know who she was before the French Open. I hate any of that. And then cruises to the French Open final. And now in Wimbledon, I love her little attitude. I love how she plays. I'm such a fan. And so, I mean, I wanted Emma Navarro to win that. I like Emma a lot. But if she's not going to win it, like Paolini, I love her. And so she's going to beat Donna Vekić in this one, I think. I know she is. In 2 sets. She's not even going to lose a set.
Wow, I think that's a big call.
I watched Donna Vekić the other day in her quarterfinal. Who'd she play in the quarterfinal? Vekić beat I'm blanking on it.
Oh, in her quarterfinal, she beat why am I blanking on it too? I've had a long
You're
day.
There. You watched it.
Hey, mate, it's 10:30 at night here, okay? So give me a slight break. I know that.
Okay, you get a little break. She won her quarterfinal. I watched it. I wasn't overly impressed with how she played in that quarterfinal, and I was she beat Lulu Sun. That's who it was.
Yeah, Lulu Sun.
And I was very impressed with how Paolini played against not only Emma Navarro, but the 3 previous matches. So In my eyes, this is Paolini's match, and I think she's going to the final. You seem like to be a little more on the.
I'm a little bit. I'm not sure.
Closer to
Listen,
50-50.
Here's the things. Donna serves really well, and she loves the serve out wide. And Paolini, if she stands too far back, she's the one return that she struggles with is that one where she's really reaching, because she's only like literally 5'3". So for her to get that return back, so Donna has to control her service games, and she can do that because she has one of the best serves on the tour, and she goes for it. She's not going to give Paolini a lot of time. Her ball is flat and hard. So Paolini is going to have to serve well. Donna's going to have to serve well too. I don't know. I think it's going to go 3 sets. I think Donna has played 10 years on tour, and this is her moment that she feels like she is emotionally prepared for. She has worked very, very hard on her mental side. She has her mental coach here with her. They've done a lot of work, and she looks really calm in the biggest of moments. So I think it's going to come down to who serves well, as it does always on grass. But I think this is going to be a really close match. I think Rybakina is going to win fairly comfortably, but I think that one will go 3. And I maybe give a slight edge to Paolini just because she just feels like it's inevitable. But
she's got a lot of momentum right now, just based on the last few months.
Yeah. And, I just want to throw in that because we haven't had a chance to talk about it because we haven't done the pod in a little bit, but it was really hard to watch her beat Maddie Keys. Maddie Keys was up 5-2 in the third, serving for the match. It looked like the match was over. So maybe Paolini is feeling like she's playing with house money, getting through that match.
That was emotional for everyone to watch, to see Maddie cry. I felt like I've never felt so bad for a player.
I know,
because this could be Madison, right? I mean, this should be. If she didn't hurt herself, she was probably going to get through that match, and this would probably be her playing Donna right now in the semifinals.
Yeah, could have been. Maddie's had so many injuries through her career, and I was calling that match, and it was really hard for me to keep it together in the last couple of games, watching Maddie cry and looking up at beyond Frantangelo, her soon-to-be husband and coach, and it was so hard because he was just like, just call it, babe. It was
you can't do anything.